currently 90 degrees out here and I'm wearing a long sleeve t-shirt. Do you want to do the video? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button down below, and make sure to turn on the little notification bell to let you know when I've posted a new video. I know it's been a minute since I've posted a video. Currently my son is going through his 4-month sleep regression, and we are trying to sleep train, and it's just not going as smoothly as with my first baby, so we're just kind of readjusting and figuring that out. So it's been kind of crazy, hence why I look like this. So YouTube just kind of took a back burner for a minute so I could take care of my household, my kids, and my schoolwork. Also, if you hear little baby noises and grunts, he's sitting right over here watching me film this. And let's get into today's video, which is how I manage college with 2 under 2. I was pregnant with my first baby. I was a sophomore at the university. Excuse you, what are you doing? I was a sophomore at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. From there, I just decided to take whatever degree courses I could online to stay home with him. That was just a personal choice. So I didn't really look into a lot of options with having kids in college when I was there. After that, I totally changed my degree path and what I was doing in my education and decided to go to a tech school. And when I went to a tech school, I decided I was going to do whatever it took to do what I needed to do for school. So I went and I talked to the director of the daycare there, and I, like most moms, I get kind of wary about daycare just because you hear like a lot of stories and stuff like that. So I was a little skeptical of daycare. So I went to go check it out, and I talked with the director of the daycare, and she was a really nice lady, and I got to see where he was gonna be. When I thought it was a good fit, I brought my husband and my son there so he could come and see it, make sure he was comfortable with it, and took him to the daycare. And a little tip is to don't get discouraged if you're gonna have a kid in school or that you can't finish college with kids. Go talk to your schools and your professors. There's a lot of resources out there for parents and for kids to finish school with kids. I've heard of so many parents being able to take their kids to class, or professors will be a little more lenient with due dates if you have a kid. When I went to the tech school, the daycare director let me know of a lot of grants and scholarships that were available for student parents. So I was able to apply for some of those, which helped out a lot. I applied for what's called the FAFSA, which is Student Federal Aid, and that helped out a lot with daycare and school and things like that. And even my professor, I remember one day I had a presentation that I had to do, and my son was sick and we had to go take him to the doctor, but this presentation was mandatory. We only had one car, so my husband stayed home from his classes that day. I went, did my presentation, and I just leveled with my professor, because more often than not your professors understand what you're going through, and they understand how hard it can be to get through college with kids, and they understand that you're just going for a better future. So they're gonna work, more often than not, they're gonna work with you. So I asked her, I just said, hey, can I be the first one to go? And then as soon as I'm done, can I leave? Because I need to go take care of my son. I need to go take him to the doctor. So can I just get up and do my presentation and go? And she was completely fine with that. And she was even like, well, let me know how he is and stuff like that. So just talk to your professors, because more often than not, they're gonna work with you. Sorry if I keep looking down. I have a list of stuff I'm trying to remember to get to, so I don't just talk in a circle like I usually do. He's really chatty. So anyways, that's what I did for the first couple years. When I was at the tech school, that's when I found out I was pregnant with my second baby. A whole different video. but we had to really sit down and figure out how we were really determined to get through school. And another thing I recommend is to establish a really good support system, whether it be friends or family, or even if it's just yourself. Like, really have a good support system. And even through the school, especially at a tech school, I met so many other moms that were just going to really make a better lives for themselves and for their kids and better their future and stuff. So there are people out there that are gonna help you get through this. It's not an easy task, but it's not an impossible task, and it's definitely worthwhile. So my husband and I were determined to finish school for the both of us. He actually graduated this past spring. And while in school, definitely make sure to keep a planner or write everything down, just anything like that to really keep yourself organized. I would jumble up due dates and appointments and everything like that, because last year I was in school, had a toddler, and I was pregnant, so I had a lot of dates that I had to remember, and homework assignments. So just remember to keep a planner and write every single thing down to help you. Even though professors are lenient, they're not gonna just give you a free pass just because you have kids or you're having a kid in college. They'll be lenient, but they're not gonna let you get away with stuff. So definitely make sure to keep all of your stuff organized. Another thing is to do anything and everything ahead of time. Any sort of homework assignments or readings, do them as soon as you can get them done. I know that there was a few nights that my son would go to bed and I would just be too tired to do it, and I'd leave it till literally the last day until I turn it in, and then I would just want to rush through it, and it just didn't go well. So do anything and everything way ahead of time if you possibly can. Even if it's just reading and highlighting whatever chapters you need, or taking notes and saving for the homework for later. That, or do things in small increments throughout the week. At a tech school, my classes were 1 day a week for each class, so I went to class for 2 days a week, and then I had an online class. But I try to do my homework in little increments at a time, because with having a toddler and being pregnant, I would either be tired or, my son still needed me. So if he was like quiet or playing for 10-15 minutes, I would pick up my book and go through my chapters and highlight a few things and then put it down and do whatever else I needed to do. So just doing little things at a time is even a really good thing, because then by the time you get to your due date day for whatever homework assignment, then it's not this huge task. It's just like, I just have to tidy up this, or I just have to relook over something. And so that's another thing that really helped get me through. The next thing is to just remember that the last thing is to remember that this isn't forever. Schooling isn't forever, even though sometimes it can be really daunting to try and get school done with kids. Believe me, obviously I know it can be a really hard task to look at and be like, can I really get this done? But you can. It does work. It is a doable task. I was even talking to some single moms in my class that really didn't have any sort of support system or anything. They were doing it solely on their own, but they were like, this is what I need to do to better my future for my kids, and that is awesome. So just know that this part isn't going to last forever. It's going to be hard, but it is doable, and you can do it, and it's going to be completely worth it in the long run for you and your kids. And this just doesn't even go, it's not even just for school. This just goes for all over, whatever you're doing for your kids to make their lives and your lives better. Know that this part doesn't last forever. It is hard, but it is 110% worth it. I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope this helped any of you realize that getting through college is a doable task with kids. So those are my tips for getting through college with 2 under 2 kids, or how I get through college with 2 under 2 kids. I hope this helps somebody. If there's anything more you'd want me to elaborate on, or even do a more extensive video on, leave it in the comments down below and I will get to that video. Also, let me know if you guys want this to say just a mom channel or make it a little more broad as far as like maybe even incorporating my husband. I won't be incorporating my kids in any videos, and I can make a separate video on that as to why, but that's why you don't really see my kids in any video. Is I'll make a separate video on that. But let me know if you guys want me to just keep this just strictly just a mom type channel, or if you want me to like widen the scope a little more and maybe do like family recipes or like videos with my husband, Q&A type things. So just comments down below any kind of video you'd want to see, and I will see you guys in the next video.